The floating silence in space, there is no sound, only the slow rhythm of breath and heartbeat echoing within a suit of glass and metal. Beyond the helmet's curve, the universe stretches in every direction, vast and soundless. No wind, no whisper, no hum of life, only the quiet shimmer of endless stars suspended in eternal stillness. It's a silence so deep it almost feels alive, wrapping around the body like a soft cocoon, as if the cosmos itself is listening. For astronauts, that silence is both strange and sacred. The absence of sound becomes its own kind of music, the low, steady breathing of a human heart floating hundreds of miles above the Earth. Inside the suit, air moves through filters with a faint hiss. Instruments blink in gentle rhythms, and the steady pulse of life systems becomes a lullaby against the infinite quiet. Every small sound is magnified, a reminder that within this stillness, you are the only living echo. Outside, the stars hang motionless, unblinking, pure. They shimmer not with noise, but with light so ancient it feels like memory. The silence between them stretches farther than thought itself, vast enough to hold every dream ever dreamt. In this quiet, time slows until it no longer feels like something that moves. Minutes blur into eternity, and the boundary between waking and sleep dissolves. Drifting in microgravity, the body relaxes. The usual weight of the world is gone. Muscles soften, bones float light, the spine lengthens. You are no longer pulled down by gravity, but held gently by the void. The sensation is almost like sinking into a warm, endless ocean, except here there is no water, only the quiet pressure of existence itself. The mind, untethered from sound and motion, begins to wander. Thoughts stretch out like thin trails of starlight, connecting memories and dreams. You might think of Earth, the laughter of rain, the whisper of leaves, the faint hum of distant life. Down there, everything sings. Up here, everything breathes in silence. And somehow both feel like home. Astronauts often describe this moment, floating in complete quiet, watching the curve of the Earth, as deeply peaceful. The world glows below like a lantern in the dark. Oceans swirling in blue and white ribbons. There's no chatter, no gravity, no rush of engines. Only you, the stars, and the stillness that seems to cradle the entire universe. Even the mind begins to slow its restless spinning. Brain waves shift toward calm, a biological echo of the cosmic hush outside. It's as if the silence of space seeps inward, guiding every thought into still water. The body sleeps differently here, not pulled by weight or sound, but by rhythm, the steady pulse of air, the faint drift of movement, the soothing quiet of infinity. In that stillness, sleep comes not as escape, but as connection. To close your eyes in orbit is to fall into the same silence that holds galaxies together. Every breath feels like part of something larger, a rhythm that has existed since the first light flickered in the dark. And as you drift there, half dreaming, half awake, you realize that silence is not emptiness at all. It is presence, the quiet awareness of the universe simply being. It's the same silence you feel before sleep, when thought begins to fade and the body loosens its hold on the day. The silence between stars is the same as the silence inside the mind. Both vast, both endless, both waiting. You breathe once more, slow and calm. The hum of air returns, the stars remain steady, and the world below turns silently in its orbit. And as you drift deeper into rest, the universe feels closer than ever. Not loud, not distant, but whispering softly in its own language of stillness. A floating silence, a cosmic breath, the sound of sleep among the stars. The slow orbit of dreams Every 90 minutes, the Earth completes a quiet revolution beneath an astronaut's feet. From this height, the planet spins like a luminous jewel suspended in the darkness, wrapped in ribbons of cloud and gold. Each orbit begins the same, a slow drift into sunlight, then into shadow, a cycle of day and night that unfolds faster than the rhythm of breath, yet feels timeless. It is a dream that repeats itself endlessly, soothing and eternal. As the spacecraft glides through the void, light spills through the window like a soft tide. Sunlight bursts across the horizon, painting the thin blue curve of the atmosphere in hues of violet, gold, and white. It's a sunrise unlike any on Earth, silent, weightless, and impossibly pure. For a few brief moments, the world glows as though it's breathing light, and then the warmth fades. Night returns, bringing with it a blanket of calm darkness and a sky full of stars that seem close enough to touch. Each orbit becomes a meditation, a slow inhalation of light, a gentle exhalation into night. The body begins to sense the pattern, the pulse of this celestial rhythm. There's no need for clocks here. The Earth itself becomes the measure of time. Sunrises and sunsets follow one another like the steady beat of a heart. Astronauts often describe it as hypnotic, a motion so constant, so graceful, that it feels less like movement and more like drifting through a dream. From the quiet of the cabin, the planet looks peaceful. Cities shimmer like constellations. Clouds curl in slow spirals over oceans, and lightning flashes in silence below. Every view is fleeting yet strangely eternal. It's as though each orbit folds into the next, forming an unbroken circle of light and dark, waking and resting, the cosmos breathing in harmony. The repetition has a calming effect on the mind. As the spacecraft completes its endless circuit, thoughts begin to slow, settling into the same rhythm as the orbit. There is no beginning or end here, no sense of urgency. Only the continuous rise and fall of light, the smooth turning of the Earth, and the deep, restful feeling of being carried by the universe itself. Inside the vessel, the astronauts float in dim amber light, moving slowly to conserve energy. Their gestures are gentle, their voices hushed. Every sound, the hum of air circulation, the faint click of instruments, blends into the rhythm of motion, a lullaby woven from the quiet machinery of exploration. The line between waking and sleeping softens until both feel like the same kind of drifting. When the spacecraft moves into shadow, the stars emerge, thousands of them, glowing clear and sharp. The Earth below becomes a silhouette outlined by faint light, while the Milky Way stretches across the darkness like a vast glowing river. In that stillness, the boundary between body and universe fades. The orbit feels like floating through a slow dream, where gravity, sound, and time no longer matter. Even sleep feels different up here. Astronauts tether themselves to the walls, close their eyes, and drift weightless. Outside, the Earth turns beneath them, carrying day into night, night into day. It is a dance that never ends. The planet moving in silence, the stars standing still, and the body suspended in between. Somewhere in that motionless motion, the human mind finds peace. The orbit becomes a metaphor for rest, the way we circle through cycles of thought, emotion, and dream before finding stillness again. It's as though the cosmos itself teaches the body how to relax, not by stopping, but by moving slowly enough to dissolve into the rhythm of everything. And so, the orbit continues. 90 minutes of light and shadow, dream and wake, heartbeat and breath. The world below turns endlessly, Beautiful and fragile, while above it all, the silence holds steady. As you drift deeper into the slow orbit of dreams, you begin to feel it too, that quiet rotation within yourself, the cycle of awareness fading into peace. The earth turns, the stars glow, and sleep approaches, calm, infinite, and full of light. The weight of weightlessness. Imagine the moment when gravity releases its hold, when the familiar pull of Earth fades, and your body no longer knows which way is down. In space, there is no weight, no pressure, no resistance. Muscles that have worked against gravity every second of your life suddenly let go. And for the first time, the body feels what true stillness means. You don't fall. You don't rise. You simply float, perfectly suspended, perfectly calm, as if the universe itself is holding you in a gentle embrace. At first, astronauts describe it as strange, disorienting, a slow tumble through invisible water. But soon it becomes something deeply peaceful. The spine lengthens, the shoulders drop. The body, freed from the constant pull of the ground, stretches into its natural shape. Even the smallest motions, a turn of the head, the flex of a finger, send you drifting slowly through the air. Movement becomes effortless, graceful, dreamlike. In microgravity, the body learns to exist without boundaries. You're not sitting, standing, or lying down. You're simply being. The mind adjusts to this new rhythm, unanchored from direction or weight. Thoughts too begin to drift. They move more fluidly, following the same slow current that carries the body through space. It's a quiet liberation, a sensation that blurs the line between floating and dreaming. Inside the spacecraft, every object has its own delicate orbit. A pen drifts by your shoulder. A droplet of water hovers before your eyes, perfectly round, shimmering with the light of the cabin. Even your heartbeat feels different, slower, softer, synchronized with the steady hum of life support systems. The air moves gently around you, as though the room itself were breathing. There is a serenity that comes with letting go of weight, a sense that you've stepped outside the usual rules of existence. On Earth, we are always aware of being pulled down, of effort, of balance. But here, balance is automatic. The body doesn't fight to remain upright or move against its own mass. Instead, you drift through your surroundings like a thought, effortless and free. The absence of gravity also quiets the body in unexpected ways. Fluids shift evenly, tension melts away, and even the sense of self begins to change. It's as if the body, relieved of its constant struggle, finally remembers how to rest. Some astronauts say they've never felt more relaxed, more peaceful, as though floating has become a kind of meditation. Outside, the stars hang motionless. Through the window, the curve of the Earth glows in silent light. Clouds swirling in slow motion over oceans, continents sleeping beneath a blanket of night. You move past this world, not walking or running, but gliding in perfect silence. The stillness of space becomes your own, and yet there's something deeply human in this surrender. To float weightless is to let go of control, to trust the quiet laws of physics that now cradle you like unseen hands. You are both fragile and infinite, tiny yet limitless. The same forces that guide the stars through their orbits are guiding you too, gently, effortlessly. Over time, this sensation becomes the body's natural state. Muscles adjust, breathing slows, and even the mind finds balance in the drift. The body sleeps differently here. No tossing or turning, just a calm suspension between wakefulness and dreams. You could almost forget where your body ends and the cosmos begins. In that soft stillness, you realize something beautiful. Weightlessness isn't just the absence of gravity, it's the presence of peace. It's what remains when every force that pulls you down disappears. The universe, vast and silent, becomes your bed. And as you close your eyes, floating in perfect quiet, it feels as though the stars themselves are holding you, gently, endlessly, without weight or worry. A sleep beyond falling, a rest that drifts forever. The whispering earth from space. Earth does not roar or echo, and it whispers. It spins in utter silence, a blue and white sphere suspended in the black ocean of the cosmos. Clouds swirl like brushstrokes of breath. Lightning flickers within distant storms, soft and soundless like heartbeats of light. From this distance, our world seems both impossibly alive and impossibly quiet. A living dream wrapped in layers of color and light. Astronauts often say that the first sight of Earth changes something inside them. It's not just the view, it's the feeling. The planet doesn't seem large or endless from orbit. Instead, it seems delicate, floating in a darkness too vast to measure. You realize how thin the atmosphere truly is. Just a faint halo of blue hugging the surface, the fragile boundary that holds every breath, every song, every story. It glows faintly, as if the Earth itself were exhaling light. The longer you watch, the more you begin to hear its rhythm, not with your ears, but with your heart. The gentle spin, the drifting of clouds, the pulse of auroras dancing near the poles. It all feels alive, like a body breathing in perfect harmony. Every movement carries a quiet message. You are part of this too. Cities glimmer beneath the night like scattered constellations, their lights forming veins across the darkness. Yet from here there are no borders, no divisions, only a single glowing organism alive in its endless motion. You begin to see how peaceful it could be. A planet at rest, cradled by space, whispering softly through its changing light. The sound of the Earth, if it could be heard, would not be a roar but a hum. The vibration of oceans moving, winds shifting, forests breathing, hearts beating. In space, that hum becomes an echo within you, a reminder that even in stillness, life is always speaking. The Earth doesn't shout for attention. It sings in frequencies of calm. Through the window, the curve of the horizon is breathtaking. Daylight fades gently into twilight, and twilight into night. The faintest band of blue melts into violet, then into the endless black of space. It's a transition so smooth, so delicate, it feels like watching the universe fall asleep. The boundary between day and night, the terminator line, moves across the surface like a slow sigh marking the passage of dreams. The mind quiets in the face of such beauty. You begin to feel the serenity of distance, the rare perspective that comes from floating above everything you've ever known. The worries and noise of daily life vanish. All that remains is light, color, and motion, the essence of home distilled into peace. Many astronauts describe a moment of overwhelming connection, a deep sense of belonging, not to a place, but to the planet itself. They call it the overview effect, a sudden awareness that Earth is not a map of nations or lines, but one luminous sphere, small and whole and fragile. From up here, even the storms seem calm, the fire soft, the oceans patient. The planet feels like a being, ancient, breathing, dreaming. And though the radio remains silent, though the vacuum of space carries no sound, the Earth still seems to whisper. It speaks in color, in movement, in the shimmer of auroras across polar skies. It tells you to rest, to breathe, to remember where you come from. You watch it slowly turn beneath you, clouds rolling over continents, night following day, day following night. The cycle continues, serene and eternal. In that rhythm there is peace. As you drift farther into stillness, you realize that perhaps the earth has always been whispering to us, through the wind, through the waves, through the quiet turning of time itself. You simply had to rise high enough to finally hear it. The sleeping stars. When night falls in space, it never truly becomes dark. Beyond the thin walls of the spacecraft, the stars are endless. A field of light so deep and alive it feels almost sentient. Astronauts drift into sleep surrounded by constellations, their dreams carried gently through a sea of ancient suns. Each pinprick of light is a distant world, a slow-burning story from billions of years ago. To close your eyes here is to fall into that story, to dream not of places on Earth but of the stars themselves. Inside the quiet capsule, every sound softens to a hush. The hum of oxygen, the faint click of instruments, the measured rhythm of breath, all blend into a tranquil background hum. The lights dim and the cabin becomes a small cocoon, floating within infinity. In that gentle darkness, astronauts tether themselves to the walls, close their eyes and surrender to sleep. Their bodies no longer sink or rise. They hover, perfectly balanced between gravity and eternity. Through the small window, the universe remains awake. Constellations drift slowly past, unblinking. Some are so bright they seem close enough to touch, while others shimmer faintly at the edge of sight. Every star carries its own history, a sun that once rose over distant worlds, or one that has already died but still shines across time. Light moves slowly in the cosmos, and what we see is memory, the dream of a star still traveling through the void. In that realization, something beautiful unfolds. To sleep among the stars is to rest inside the universe's memory. Every photon that reaches the eye is a whisper from the past, a flicker of what once was. Astronauts dream within this web of light, their minds floating between what is real and what was, between the living glow of suns and the silent space they left behind. The boundaries between waking and dreaming blur. The mind begins to drift through the constellations, Orion, Cassiopeia, Lyra, shapes carved in starlight, familiar yet infinite. Each one feels like a gateway, leading not to distance but to understanding. Dreams here do not follow gravity or time. They unfold like nebulae, slow and radiant, expanding with each breath. Scientists have said that our bodies are made from the remnants of stars, carbon, oxygen, iron, born from the explosions of suns long gone. To dream among the stars, then, is to return to what we once were. In sleep, perhaps the body remembers this, the pulse of stellar fire in the veins, the quiet expansion of the universe mirrored in the breath. There's comfort in that thought, that sleep is not escape but reunion. The stars outside do not flicker as they do on Earth. They burn steadily, constant and sure, like the heartbeat of creation itself. Their light filters faintly into the cabin, enough to paint the sleeping faces of astronauts in a soft, otherworldly glow. For a moment, it's hard to tell where the human ends and the cosmos begins. Both seem to share the same stillness, the same quiet rhythm of rest. Perhaps dreams themselves are made of starlight, fragments of memory, imagination, and energy intertwined. Perhaps as astronauts sleep, their minds drift through invisible corridors of time, passing between constellations like travelers in a vast celestial ocean. The brain's gentle waves mirror the slow oscillations of distant stars, creating harmony between the sleeper and the sky. And maybe somewhere in that silence the stars dream back, the same way oceans dream of clouds or seeds dream of trees. Maybe the universe too closes its eyes for a moment, breathing softly through the glow of its galaxies, resting between bursts of creation. When astronauts wake, the stars are still there, unchanged, eternal. But something within them has shifted. The dream lingers, like the afterglow of light on the skin. They carry with them the feeling of floating, not just through space, but through the heart of the cosmos itself. In the weightless calm of orbit, they have slept within infinity. And as they drift awake, the stars seem to shimmer a little brighter, as if welcoming them home. The dance of light and shadow. In orbit, the cycle of day and night is not the slow, predictable rhythm we know on Earth. It moves swiftly, gracefully, a dance repeated 16 times each day. One moment, the sun blazes against the window with a brilliance so sharp it floods the cabin with gold. The next, the world below slips into darkness and all is shadow and silence. This is the dance of light and shadow, a cosmic heartbeat that cradles the mind between waking and rest. When sunlight first crests the curve of the earth, it arrives suddenly, not as dawn but as revelation. The horizon flares, clouds ignite in amber and rose, and oceans glitter like glass. Every sunrise feels immediate, electric, alive. The station glows in the reflection, bathed in light so pure it seems to hum. Inside, astronauts shield their eyes, blinking at the sheer brilliance that fills the cabin. For a moment, it feels as though the universe itself is breathing, expanding in warmth, awakening all it touches. Then, almost without warning, the light fades. The spacecraft glides into Earth's shadow, and the transformation is complete. Sunlight vanishes and the stars appear in perfect clarity, countless, crisp and unblinking. The contrast is striking. One instant you're surrounded by radiant fire, the next by infinite calm. In this rhythm, the body finds a strange serenity, a constant alternation between energy and stillness, illumination and rest. In the darkness, the world below glows faintly with the soft light of cities, lightning and auroras. You can see the thin blue edge of the atmosphere, glowing like a whisper at the planet's rim. It is night, but not silence. The Earth still breathes, flickering with subtle light, Above it all, the stars hang still eternal, watching the slow turning of shadow across the world's face. Inside the spacecraft, this cycle governs everything. Sleep, work, thought, all drift in harmony with the rising and fading of light. There are no true nights in orbit, no long sunsets or gradual dawns. The day simply folds into darkness, and darkness folds back into day again and again. It becomes hypnotic, a rhythm too fast to follow consciously, yet too beautiful to ignore. The light itself behaves differently here. Without atmosphere, it is sharp, direct, unfiltered. Shadows are absolute, edges crisp, colors vivid. Sunlight paints everything in clarity, and when it disappears, the blackness is total. The kind of darkness that feels infinite. And yet it's in that infinity that peace takes hold. You begin to anticipate the shifts, to welcome the warmth of light and the cool embrace of shadow. Over time, the alternation begins to affect the mind in quiet, mysterious ways. The constant transitions between day and night create a rhythm of awareness, an ebb and flow of consciousness itself. When the light floods in, the senses awaken. When it fades, they retreat inward. It's as if the universe is gently rocking you, not to keep you awake, but to lull you deeper into harmony with its pulse. For astronauts, this dance becomes a meditation. They float in the light, eyes closed, feeling its warmth through the visor. Then they drift into darkness, watching the stars emerge like fireflies. Each moment feels complete, balanced, timeless. There's no need to choose between day and night. Both exist together, intertwined, endlessly circling the planet. And somewhere in the rhythm, you begin to understand that the dance is not just outside, it exists within you too. Your thoughts, your breath, your heartbeat all follow the same pattern of illumination and rest. Wake and sleep, motion and stillness, life and dream, all part of the same cosmic cycle. The light returns once more, washing across the window, and for a heartbeat it feels like rebirth. The station glows again. The planet shimmers below and the stars fade back into the blue. You open your eyes, surrounded by brilliance, and feel the warmth of the sun's embrace. Then just as quickly the shadow comes that is soft, cool, infinite. And in that darkness you drift, weightless and calm. Light and shadow, day and night, forever chasing, forever balancing, guiding the soul toward rest in the rhythm of the stars. The breath of the cosmos, in the vast silence of space, even the smallest sound feels sacred. The soft whisper of air cycling through a suit, the gentle rhythm of breathing inside the helmet. Each inhale is careful, each exhale deliberate. There is no room for haste here. Every breath becomes a reminder. that life itself is fragile, and yet infinite in its persistence. Astronauts often describe this sensation as meditative, the steady rise and fall of their chest against the backdrop of eternity. In the stillness, the sound of their own breath is the only voice they hear, echoing softly through the suit like a heartbeat within a cathedral of stars. It's not just breathing anymore. It's communion, a conversation between the self and the universe. Beyond the glass, the cosmos expands endlessly, silent and alive. Stars burn millions of miles away. Galaxies drift in slow, graceful spirals, and planets move through invisible paths. Nothing rushes, nothing struggles. The entire universe seems to inhale and exhale, expanding in creation, contracting in calm, a pulse so vast it can only be felt in the quietest corners of the mind. Inside the spacecraft, that same rhythm unfolds on a smaller scale. Machines hum softly, air flows gently, lights blink in steady patterns. The harmony between human and machine feels almost biological, a shared rhythm of survival and stillness. Even in the artificial air there is peace, a reminder that life has found a way to exist among the stars. Each breath an astronaut takes carries meaning. It is air carried from Earth, a gift from the blue planet below. Oxygen from forests and oceans, born in the delicate balance of ecosystems, now sustaining life hundreds of kilometers above the world. Every inhalation is a connection to home, to humanity, to the fragile cradle that made breathing possible in the first place. And as the body relaxes into the rhythm, something deeper begins to happen. The line between the inner and outer world blurs. The inhale becomes the universe drawing near. The exhale, the self dissolving into infinity. In this stillness, there is understanding that the same breath moving through the lungs once moved through stars, through oceans, through every living thing. To breathe in space is to remember that you are made of the same elements as the cosmos you drift through. The oxygen in your blood was forged in the heart of a dying star. The carbon in your bones, once part of cosmic dust. The breath that sustains you was born from the universe itself, recycled endlessly through time. Astronauts sometimes describe moments of awe, floating in silence, feeling their own heartbeat, realizing that even their pulse echoes the rhythm of creation. It's as if the body is keeping time with the cosmos, each breath a tiny reflection of an infinite dance. In those moments, fear disappears. What remains is surrender, not to emptiness but to belonging. When you inhale, you feel the weight of galaxies, not as burden, but as balance. When you exhale, you let go of noise, of thought, of separation. The silence outside the ship no longer feels cold. It feels alive, vibrating with unseen energy, humming in tune with the breath within your chest. The breath of the cosmos is not just air, it is awareness. It is the merging of self and infinity, the realization that every living thing, from the smallest cell to the brightest star, shares the same quiet rhythm. And so, the astronaut drifts, breathing slowly, deeply, in harmony with the pulse of the universe. The inhale brings peace. The exhale releases time. Between them, eternity rests, soft and endless like sleep among the stars. the dreams of home, even in the endless quiet of space. The heart remembers Earth. When astronauts close their eyes, the hum of the spacecraft fades and the mind begins to wander, not toward the stars, but back toward the blue planet below. In sleep, they return to the rhythm of waves against the shore, to the scent of rain on soil, to the golden flicker of sunrise through a window they once knew. The body may float in orbit, but the soul drifts home. Dreams in space are vivid, not because of imagination, but because of longing. Far from gravity, far from the pulse of oceans and the whisper of trees, the mind recreates them. The touch of wind becomes a phantom memory. The sound of rain, so ordinary on Earth, becomes sacred in dream. Even a single drop remembered feels like a universe of comfort. Astronauts often speak of Earth with reverence, as if seeing it from afar awakens something ancient inside. Through the window of the spacecraft, they see the planet wrapped in clouds glowing softly against the dark. From that distance there are no borders, no noise, only color and light. The greens of forests, the blues of oceans, the soft browns of deserts, all blending into one living breath. And yet, even that view cannot replace the nearness of touch. Dreams become bridges, small tender passages that connect the infinite with the familiar. A dream of laughter shared at a kitchen table, of a breeze carrying the scent of spring, of rain tapping gently on a roof. These become anchors, keeping the heart from drifting too far into the void. In the silence of orbit, a dream of home is warmth itself. It carries gravity, not the pull of mass, but the pull of memory, the weight of belonging, the knowledge that somewhere below, life continues. Oceans still crash, trees still sway, and hearts still beat in rhythm with one's own. Some astronauts say that these dreams make them feel both small and infinite, small in the face of the cosmos, but infinite in their connection to it. Because the same Earth they dream of is the same one that made them, that breathed life into their lungs and taught them what it means to feel. And when they awaken, floating in the soft hum of machinery, there is a quiet peace, a moment of stillness before the work resumes, a deep exhale that feels almost like gratitude. They may be surrounded by stars, but within them, Earth still glows a bright, alive, eternal. The dreams of home are not escapes, they are reminders. Reminders that we are never truly apart from the world that birthed us, even when we are hundreds of miles above it. The air we breathe, the thoughts we hold, the love we feel, all are threads that tie us back to that fragile blue sphere. And when sleep comes again, the heart will find its way, back to rain, to laughter, to light through leaves, back to the warmth of belonging, back to home. The eternal drift to float endlessly through the stars is to touch the edge of forever. Out here there is no rush, no destination, only motion without effort, silence without end. The body glides untethered, suspended between light and shadow. Each breath becomes the rhythm of the cosmos itself, slow, vast, unhurried. Imagine it, the earth now a pale glow behind you, shrinking into the distance as the stars grow nearer, brighter, endless. There are no sounds, not even the faintest echo, only the quiet hum of your own existence. The stillness is so deep it feels alive, as though the universe itself is breathing slowly, calmly with you. Time dissolves. There is no before, no after. Only this, a single, continuous moment of drifting through the dark ocean of space. The stars are not scattered, but woven, forming threads of light that guide your silent passage. They shimmer like thoughts in a dreaming mind, patient and eternal. In the weightlessness of the void, even thought begins to float. Memories unfold softly, a flicker of laughter, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of a river. They pass through your mind like constellations, bright, familiar, then gone. What remains is peace. The deeper you drift, the more you feel it. That subtle pulse that seems to hum beneath everything. It's not a sound, but a presence. A vibration older than galaxies, carrying the same steady rhythm as your heartbeat. It whispers of creation and quiet endings, of suns being born and fading without ever disturbing the silence. The mind begins to slow. The endless black around you is no longer emptiness. Its fullness, depth, a living stillness. Every point of light feels alive, as though it's watching, waiting, welcoming you home. Astronauts have said that space has a way of dissolving the self, that in the drifting silence, you stop being a single being and become part of something vast, beautiful, and incomprehensibly calm. You stop thinking of you and start feeling as though you are the stars, the darkness, the quiet between galaxies. The farther you drift, the softer everything becomes. The pulse of the spacecraft fades. The ticking of time vanishes. Even the boundaries of the body begin to blur until you feel as though you're no longer floating in the universe. You're floating as the universe. And in that stillness, you realize eternity doesn't rush. It doesn't roar or burn. It breathes slowly, endlessly, peacefully. Every galaxy, every atom, every breath is part of that same calm flow, the great exhale of existence itself. If you close your eyes now, you can almost feel it, the slow, infinite drift, the cradle of darkness, the hum of ancient light wrapping around you like a blanket. The universe isn't empty, it's resting. And as you drift with it, weightless and still, you find yourself joining its rhythm, a perfect harmony of quiet motion and endless rest. The stars no longer seem distant. They seem like dreams, and perhaps in some quiet way you've already begun to dream with them. The cosmic rest beyond every orbit and every mission, beyond the shimmer of stars and the dust of distant worlds, lies a truth older than time itself. Rest is universal. It is not merely for the living, nor for the earth alone. It is the quiet law that guides the rhythm of the cosmos. Everything sleeps in its own way. Stars rest between pulses of light. Galaxies drift between awakenings. Even black holes in their silence hold the stillness of eternal slumber. When astronauts gaze into the vastness, they sometimes describe it as peaceful rather than empty. Out there, space is not void and it is calm. A still ocean made of time and gravity, expanding and cooling in an endless exhale. Every particle, every photon, every distant echo of creation slows in its own rhythm, like a heartbeat stretching toward infinity. Imagine drifting there, far from the noise of the world, far from thought and motion, until you can feel the universe breathing around you. Each pulse of distant starlight feels like the rise and fall of a sleeping giant. Each faint vibration in the dark is a lullaby, written in the language of gravity. Even the galaxies swirling in silence seem to move in a rhythm that soothes the very edges of awareness. Perhaps the cosmos has always been resting, not as a pause, but as a balance. A sacred equilibrium between being and becoming, between expansion and return, between energy and stillness. Just as the tides rise and fall, just as we breathe in and out, so too does the universe, a single endless sigh. And within that rhythm, we find ourselves reflected. Our need for rest is not weakness. It is alignment. The same laws that guide the stars also guide our sleep. Our dreams are microcosms of cosmic peace, tiny personal orbits of renewal. When we close our eyes, we return to that original stillness, the same calm that existed before time began. In deep rest, the mind travels farther than rockets ever could. It floats through thought and memory the way galaxies drift through space. It unravels and rebuilds, mirroring the cycle of creation that defines the cosmos itself. In dreams we dissolve. We stop being singular beings and become part of something vast, something patient, something kind. Even death in this cosmic view is not an end, only another kind of rest. The atoms that form our bodies have already slept and awakened countless times, cycling through stars, oceans, and skies. We are made of ancient matter that has known every form of stillness. To rest is to return to that continuity, to merge once more with the rhythm of existence. And maybe that's what the cosmos teaches most gently of all, that peace isn't found in stilling the world, but in synchronizing with it. The stars hum softly, the planets turn, the light fades and returns again. And somewhere between those quiet pulses, we find ourselves, whole, at ease, infinite. So when you close your eyes tonight, remember, you are not just drifting into sleep. You are aligning with the heartbeat of galaxies. You are breathing with the stars. You are becoming part of the great, unending rhythm, the one that whispers through every atom, through every dream, through every corner of time, the rhythm of the cosmic rest. And as you drift deeper, beyond sound and thought, let yourself fall into it, the infinite hush where everything sleeps, and nothing is ever truly gone. The universe is resting, and now so are you.